Let's turn to the US now, where Kamala Harris has called Trump a fascist. She also appeared at a town hall today with Anderson Cooper on CNN. Have a look.
Yes, I do believe that Donald Trump is unstable, increasingly unstable, and unfit to serve.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. He admires dictators, sending love letters back and forth with Kim Jong-un.
Now, the only problem with this argument is that Trump has already been president and he wasn't a fascist while he was in office. You might not have liked everything he did, but he wasn't a fascist. Do you think this is stretching it, taking it just a bit too far when the Democrats and, Kamala Harris, who's running to be president, accuses him of fascism?
It's pretty amazing. She's lucky that's the headline that came out of that interview. I watched it and unfortunately it was tragic. When even Anderson Cooper, a copper for the far left in America, is out there correcting her and pulling her up and stopping her and reminding her she's been the vice president through all this time. She's saying they should have done better. That's the headline of this. CNN is being very, very generous with the fascism thing, which is just, it's trivial political point scoring. Anything with an IST at the end of it at this time at the election campaign is just mud-flinging. You're right, you're spot on. People know what Trump is. Even if they don't like him, they know what they're going to get because they've seen it before. And that's her problem, because they've seen her before too, and she's underwhelming.
I think that's a good point you made, though, that in saying that, agreeing or saying that he is a fascist again, that is now the headline out of that interview, rather than all of the other weak answers that she gave. We are going to come back to those answers because I've got Trump's former acting attorney general on the show later this hour. But Basil, there has been criticism that given Trump has already faced 2, potentially 3 assassination attempts on his life, that by calling him a fascist, by claiming that he likes Hitler, this dangerous language could once again incite violence against him. What do you think of that argument?
Well, that's possible, and a case could be made for that argument. I think what it really reeks off, though, is desperation here from Kamala Harris, trying to reverse the trend that's sliding away from her and towards Trump. This is his 3rd time around the block in terms of a presidential campaign, and it's at the 11th hour of the 3rd occasion when he stood before the American people and asked for them to consider him to be their president of the United States. It doesn't matter that they call him a fascist or any of the other stuff. They've already judged him on all of those things. It's not about Trump and what people think of him. It's really about what they think of Harris. And I don't think she's done enough to give anybody enough confidence that she's a leader of substance in waiting.
Yeah, there was a good line, actually, in an article in the Sydney Morning Herald I read earlier, that effectively Trump has been running for office for 9 years, Kamala Harris just for 100 days. So he's a very well-known quantity to everyone around the world. They know what they're getting. But Kamala, there's still concerns, there's still uncertainty about what she actually stands for and what she do in office. As I said, we're going to come back to this later this hour with Trump's former Attorney General.